samahan nyo kami sa aming vlog. Tutuklasin natin ang Fort Santiago.
So, makakasama nyo ang mga
Vlog Grabbers!
Where am I? Ano ba this place?
Fort Santiago. It is one of the most significant pieces of Philippine history because it is where our national hero, Dr. Rizal, detained and wrote his final literary works, including the farewell letter, Mi Ultimo Adios. Charges against him were rebellion, sedition, and conspiracy, leading to his death by firing squad on December 30, 1986. At present, Fort Santiago is the host to Rizal Shrine that houses the important memorabilia, life and works, collections, the clothes he wore during his execution, and his bone relic. The shrine also sectioned the house like the contemplation room, silid ng pagninilay, the prison cell, ang piitan ni Jose Rizal, chamber of text, bulwagan ng panunulat, the valedictory poem, ang tulang walang hanggan, and the reliquary room, silid ng nalalabi. This shows that young people can still relate to the challenges he faced and the passion with which he expressed his thoughts and ideals. Even though we already learned this past at schools, the feeling was different when we were to explore and see the actual remains.
Rizal's shrine was really an eye-opener, and this shows that Rizal was still relevant to younger generations.
On October 6, 1896, Jose Rizal was seized in Barcelona, Spain, while on his way to Cuba to serve as a military doctor. After being deported to the Philippines, he was detained at Fort Santiago. Following preliminary investigation in November, Rizal was put on trial at the Cuartel de España on December 26 and was ruled guilty of rebellion, sedition, and conspiracy. Judge advocate for the case, Captain Rafael Dominguez, notified Rizal of his death sentence in the morning of December 29. His execution scheduled the next day.
Rizal, anong ginagawa mo dyan? Mababasa ka dyan, umalis ka dyan! Tumabas ka na dito! Huwag ka na dyan!
Finally accepting his tragic fate, he composed his untitled valedictory poem, which came to be known Mi Ultimo Adios. On December 30, 1896, Rizal calmly faced the firing squad in Bagumbayan. Having accepted his fate, Rizal was in a calm disposition nearing the time of his death.
So after visiting Rizal Shrine, we are now here in Raha Sulaiman Theater, so we can see how sophisticated the ruins and the structures of this theater.
And it was constructed as a military barracks and also a quarter escuela for petty officers noong 18th century.
And did you know this is the site where Celsa spent his final evening before his execution in December 30, 1896?
And it was destroyed during the Second World War.
Ruins converted to an outdoor theater known as the Raha Sulaiman Theater in the year 1967. Fort Santiago is one of the oldest fortifications in Manila, built by the Spaniards in 1571 from what was once a palisaded structure of logs and earth built by Raha Sulaiman and the native settlement called Maynila. The colonizers recognized that the tongue of land where the Pasig River flowed into the Manila Bay was a very strategic location. The fort was destroyed in 1574 during the Chinese attack led by Limacong. The stone fort was built between 1589 and 1592 and was repaired and extended after being damaged by the 1645 earthquake. Spanish, British, American, and Japanese occupation forces used the fort as their headquarters and a prison for men, women, children, and soldiers. After its destruction during the Battle of Manila in 1945, the fort was used by the U.S. Transportation Corps as a depot until it was turned over to the Philippine government in 1946. In 1950, Fort Santiago was declared a shrine of freedom and restoration began the following year. Today, it stands a memorial to the victims of World War II and the sacrifices of the Filipino people in pursuit of freedom.
Did you learn something today?
Yeah!
So this is the end of our vlog. So
We hope that you learned something today. Thank you!
thank you guys. Thank you ma'am. Uno lang po. Okay na kami.
Bye-bye! 1, 2, 3.
Pang bloopers to. Itong video na to, I hope na masaya ka. Ang init sobra-sobra. Tama na. Gawin nyo kami uno, baka naman oh.